there are several characteristics that you got to take a look at, because there are several factors that's in play here. You've got global dry goods trade is uh, is diminishing. You've got various industries that are contracting as opposed to expanding. You've got so many different businesses that's consolidating, and there's less competition. So you're seeing a wide variety of things that's occurring into a big perfect storm, as they say, that could lead to global economic disaster. It's a fact that folks can no longer hide from. And there are parties who have signed themselves on to particular trends of thought. And there are many folks who have basically subscribed to that which their tormentors are pushing forward. And so now you hear from a wide variety of sources angst in their voices. You're hearing a wide variety of folks who are speaking about folks having a gambler's mentality, and they lost repeatedly, and now because of their losses mounting as high as they have, it's dragging them down and so many other parties with them. All this stuff is predicated upon two things that are basically certifiably insane. One of them is pseudo-currency, and the other one is this thing called credit. If folks are going to be in the loan business and they're not doing collateralized loans, then they're going to be doing loans on credit. And effectively, they create a vacuum by default. And everyone knows that nature abhors a vacuum. In effect, they're using commercial instruments as opposed to money. And that leads to massive amounts of problems. They're saying, in effect, we're going to loan you nothing, then we're going to charge you interest. And the poor folks say, hey, I'm good for it. What do I know? And as you see, things begin to snowball. And so you have all these worthless paper splashing all around the place, all over the place, literally speaking. And folks are saying to themselves, this is the only means they know of. And that's simply not true. And folks buy into the lies, and they voluntarily decide that destruction is something that they like. And they go along with that particular plan. They don't use substance, platinum, gold, or silver. They don't control themselves. And since they don't control themselves, they have a consumerism mentality. And all these things create economic mayhem that these folks volunteer into. And then they want everyone to have the same misery that they have. And they prescribe that everyone must have the same mentality that they have. Their thing is, if I'm going through it, surely you must be going through it too, because you're in the same position I am. They make the assumption and presumption that you think, act, and speak as they do. And they are sadly mistaken. And now, reality has come, and parties are waking up. You have several coin dealers that are basically wigging out because foreign venue mints have run out of silver to the folks are leaving the paper in droves, and they're saying enough with the commercial instruments, and they're going back to substance. And now it gets real. Because when you're dealing with substance, you're dealing entitled. I'm not going to go into all that other stuff that goes along with that, but folks need to know that the quote-unquote currency game is up. And either you're going to wise up, or you're going to be holding that hot potato. And it is what it is. We tell folks, look, assumptions and presumptions are absolutely fatal, and you got to figure it out. And you have to decide, well, all I know there's a viable solution. There's got to be a viable solution. And folks can brainstorm. They can do their research. And then they can make logical conclusions and say, you know what? I could have gone home anytime I wanted to if I only had the brain, the heart, and the courage. Sound familiar?